As soon as she left the radio building, she got a message on her line. The gunfire was continuing. As she hurried away, she looked down on her phone. Okabe is in the basement of Tokyo Denkai. I just learned this now. I followed their monitoring to find their location. Take care of Okabe for me. Teach that damn perverted professor what happens to peeping toms who watch me all the time. When she read it, she smiled despite everything that was going on. She clutched the phone tightly to her chest, but then she quickly changed gears. Maho shivered at the ice in her words. She felt a bottomless madness coming from the woman in the motorcycle suit, but for now she had to cooperate with her. There was no way she could get Rentaro back from Maho on her own. She needed to take responsibility for the future she'd created, to avoid that cruel future. Maho ran through the streets of Akihabara where a war was already beginning. This ending is longer than I thought it was. A voice. I could hear a voice. Someone was calling my name. I slowly woke up and turned toward the voice. Maho was standing in the darkness. She had a smile on her face that was somehow lonely and somehow sad.
Steins ゲートを目指して。あなたが捕らえられている間に世界はひどいことになってしまった。まゆりさんも鈴葉さんも行方不明なの。私とかがりさんがあなたを助けるためにストラト4のアジトに行ったんだけど、かがりさんはそこで亡くなったわ。何人かを道連れにしてね。レスキネン教授にだけは逃げられてしまった。アマデウスも消されてしまった。こんなのってないわよね。でも今希望はあなただけなの。お願い、あなた一人に託すなんてひどいと思うけれど、シュタインズゲートに必ずたどり着いて。それじゃあね。
If only we had done this a year ago, none of this would have happened.
さよなら。
Ah! I woke up on top of blankets laid out on the floor of a hospital. The rooms, even in the halls outside, were overflowing with wounded people. There weren't enough beds, so there were blankets placed on the floor. Where was I? I thought I was back to the other world line with the war, but I wasn't. According to the news on TV, there had been a terror attack in Akihabara. Special forces group from another country had gone on a rampage, and it was like something out of a war. The incident had come to an end, and the mystery special forces unit disappeared, but many were dead or wounded after the battle. I didn't really remember how I got here. The last thing I remember was being locked up and horribly tortured by Leskinen. My whole body ached, in fact.
それじゃあね、岡部さん。さよなら。
And then I remembered what Maho had said to me in that dream. Was that real? Maho had saved me? And had she mentioned Kagari? I patted down my pockets and found my phone was still there. I tried to call Mayuri. If the dream was real, Mayuri was missing. But that was impossible. I'd chosen this world line so that Mayuri would survive. If nothing else, it was guaranteed that she'd make it to 2036. She couldn't die today in 2011. But no matter how many times I called, she didn't pick up. I forced myself to stand up and leave the hospital room. I went out to the roof. It seemed I was at Ochanomizu Hospital where Fubuki had stayed before. The morning sky was amazingly clear. I could see Akihabara in the far distance. There were pillars of smoke rising up. I shivered at the strange sight. Even from here, I could tell how fierce the battle must have been. The world's history, was proceeding just as John Teeter had prophesied. I tried calling Mayuri again from the roof, but nobody picked up. My next move was to call Daru out of desperation. So it wasn't a dream after all. While I was unconscious, she had said her goodbye.
Steins ゲートではなく、第3次世界大戦が訪れる世界線を選んだのは俺なんだ。だからって、俺が生き残ってみんないなくなるなんて、こんなのあんまりだろ。
But the laws of God never going to forgive me no matter what? Was it that much of a sin to escape the wheel of fate? If it was, then why not just curse me? The smoke was still rising over Akihabara. I stared at it in shock. The tears welled up. I fell to the ground. I didn't have the strength to stand up. I couldn't answer Daru's question. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much you work to change things, everything converges back to the way God wants it. You're wasting your time struggling against it, Daru. I'm so tired. I need to sleep a little. There's still a few years before the Third World War really begins. And there's 14 years before I die. I'll live my life averting my eyes from reality, and not wasting my time with a fight that can't be won. That's the only end that's fitting for a person like me. I'm sorry, Maho. I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'm sorry, Kirisu. Her old game art just looks real bad in contrast with the new game art there. Forgive me for giving up here. There's credits. We can skip those because it's not even true any credits, so they don't count. All right. So we got all this cool bonus stuff for getting an ending. We'll save system data. And then let me pull up the guide just so we know which way we need to go now. Which, I mean, we got to go to new game, obviously. And hopefully figure out how to skip things. Though I should probably look up and see just what ending I need. Okay. Okay, I think we just follow all this and we should be good. Alright. Go, skip mechanic, go! So Absolute Zero is basically just, your prologue and everything, so... I mean, it's chapter 1, so, like, nothing really is gonna happen. Well, I guess even it says, like, the first, we can skip all these, right? Yeah, we can skip the lines and everything. That's A-okay. So basically, yeah, the first 2 chapters in this walkthrough, they don't have any choices, or important choices that determine anything or anything, so we just barrel through them. And then chapter 3 is when we start having to make proper choices. Where it's like, hey, go do stuff, or it involves, let's see. Mostly Amadeus calls is like what the endings imply. Because this ending we need, that's the prerequisite, excuse me, for beating, or not beating the game, I guess getting the true ending, per se, I should say, seems to come a lot earlier than what our last ending did. That one went on to, like, July. Like, this one is, like, the flag to get that ending is in January. So it's a lot more different there. Okay, so our first choice is coming up, which is when we get that first call from Amadeus, but we have to ignore it. Actually, we ignore it until he answers it automatically. And then our next one will be on December 5th, which we just ignore another call, essentially. And then the other one, the true ending, is in the same route we kind of did before, but I think a little bit more different. Because we will go through... We'll go through X-Day Protocol and Pandora's Box, but then we'll get a different last ending chapter than the one we just previously had. All right. As normal as I could.